round 2. And Sam Storey, the 31-year-old, just looking a bit tight and a shade nervous in the opening round.
Yes, he's got to try and loosen up a bit and get his shots off.
Had a good, solid career Storey without ever hitting the headlines. What he's sometimes lacked, though, is a bit of devil, a bit of inspiration. Can he find that tonight? The adrenaline must really be flowing in there for him. Eubank, of course, who's seen it all before. I think he thought he was hit a bit low there, Eubank, just gesturing, but never, ever taking his eyes off Storey.
And this is a fantastic opportunity for Storey, so he shouldn't have any trouble in getting himself up for this fight.
Right uppercut inside from Chris Eubank, and he says he doesn't care what the critics say about him. He says he'll always just do enough to win. He says if people want thrillers, they should go and watch Arnold Schwarzenegger. But I think deep down, he would like to ram a few words back down a few throats. Shouts from Storey's corner of be first. In other words, get leading with that southpaw right. Take the fight to Eubank. Got to stay busy, Eubank. Try and outscore Eubank here, hasn't he?
He has. He's got to fight his own fight, so he's got to be busy. He's got to get off. He hasn't got to get mesmerized by Eubank. I think that's what happens. A lot of opponents do that. They forget about their own work.
Storey coming forward there and just beginning to warm to the task a little, maybe, in this second round.
We got Eubank in the corner, but he's very wary about keeping him there. And he retreated straight away.
He's self-managed, Storey, but he does all his training in Barney Eastwood's gym in Belfast. There's good quality sparring with some good fighters in there. Last quarter of a minute of round 2. Storey's done better in this round. He's definitely upped his work rate, Storey, anyway.
You're watching Sky Sports.
The big clubs looking for bigger results this season are live on Sky Sports this weekend. These teams are gone forever, but the atmosphere at Anfield in Ford Escort Super Sunday will still be electric.
A moment to savour.
Liverpool take on Arsenal and new star gunner Stefan Schwartz, while Villa's scoring power should be strengthened by the arrival of John Fashanu.
Brilliant. Yeah, good.
Coventry are their hosts in Ford Escort Monday Night Football. Live Premiership action back in the swing today and tomorrow, only on Sky Sports.
Dump Socrates, try to burn it.
Edward de Bono designs a new way of thinking for the 21st century. Dominic Dunn, society commentator par excellence, unmasks America's super rich. Plus the remarkable memoirs of Mario Vargas Llosa. That's the book show tonight on Sky News.
September movies on Sky. We're talking big.
All right, I confess, I did it.
Did what?
I blew up the baby.
We're talking very big. Rick Moranis stars in Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Now, Hulk Hogan, he's big, he's bad. I mean it! And he's in trouble.
He's one tough mother.
He's Mr. Nanny.
Get that pinky up.
Innocent. Little toys.
Can it be, Jimmy?
Or weapons of war. Robin Williams.
This is a little uncomfortable, though.
I'm supposed to go in your ear.
In the fantastic, amazing world of toys. Lorenzo's Oil brings together in a gripping, true life story. Nick Nolte.
I claim the right to fight for my kid's life.
And Susan Sarandon.
If this is too much for you, my sweetheart, you fly as fast as you can to baby Jesus.
If it's action you want, You got it.
Got you now, boy.
Every weeknight at 10 on all 3 movie channels. But if the classics are more your style, Sky Movies Gold salute one of Hollywood's greatest.
I want to shoot you in the back.
Including Citizen Kane, Orson Welles, probably the best director in the world. Plus great Saturday night premieres.
I'm hard to resist.
An act of love or an act of murder.
She's a killer.
Madonna stars in this erotic thriller, Body of Evidence. He's being tempted.
I'm Catherine.
He's being seduced.
You want my wife, huh?
He's being framed.
I didn't kill her.
He's Kevin Kline in Consenting Adults. When it comes to comedy, Eddie Murphy's your man.
Thank you!
The name you know.
He comes in many guises. Now he's out to con his way into Congress as the distinguished gentleman.
Aren't you going to vote?
Is that what that means?
You've got to ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Dirty Harry leads a season of Clint Eastwood's best films, including the premiere of his latest Oscar winner, Unforgiven.
Killed just about everything that walks or crawls at one time or another. I'm here to kill you, little Bill.
All the hits and more in September on Sky's 3 great movie channels.
Sam Storey with Barney Eastwood, John Green and Tony Baker in the corner. Did some better work in that second round.
He did. He just started to loosen up a little bit more and get his shots off. Here's some of his work. Just this is the way he pins you back in the corner, but he's not keen to stay there, and he backs straight off.
Third round due to go 12, of course. Eubanks WBO Super Middleweight Championship on the line. It's Eubanks' 17th World Championship fight, his 12th defense of this title. If he gets through the next year, it'll be 18 defenses. And that's all in the future. All the time, Eubanks' brain will be computing just what Storey has to offer him by way of a challenge. He says he needs to be provoked, Eubank. Well, can Storey do that? Oh, that was classy work from the champion.
Storey's trying to force it. He's trying to get the centre of the ring and use that jab. It's a jab that could give Eubanks problems.
Well, he got home with the jab, but Eubank was waiting for him and countered with the right hand. He was trying to lure Storey in there so he could counter. He's very comfortable when he does counter Eubank. That's the trouble with taking it to him too much. Well, Storey did that well. He got in the jab and then avoided any counter from Eubank. Short little right hand from Eubank. Couldn't travel far. Good punch though. Doesn't matter how many times you see him, does it, clearly? Eccentric posturing style takes some getting used to.
It certainly doesn't. I think it's so hard for his opponents because they just don't know what to expect. They've seen it a million times on TV and whatever, but they still don't know what's coming next.
Eubank there just shook his head at Storey as if to say, well, that might have landed, but you haven't rattled me.
Eubank constantly looking for that right hand counter, which is the known shot against the southpaw. That is the one you look for.
Storey, the 6-1 underdog. He's after a rather tentative start, he's settled down quite well. Is Eubank going to be walking the tightrope with the judges yet again tonight, you wonder? Oh, that was nice from him. Really sent the spray flying from Storey's head as it landed. 3 rounds gone, and he's doing his statue impersonation again this time. trainer Ronnie Davis, who's been in boxing all his life, former Southern area champion.
Let him come to you and you pick him up. Come ahead. Let him come to you, mate. Pick him up. Let him loose, make him all right.
Well, you can hear some of the words from the corner there, from Ronnie Davis there. When he comes to you, pick him off.
Here's some of the action. That good, solid jab from Eubanks. He just waits, good counters and then a good, solid jab. Really rocks Storey's head back.
Well, we gave, well, I did anyway, gave Storey a share of round 2, the other 2 to Eubank, but there wasn't a lot in it in that third round. Very unofficial scorecard.
Storey's starting to settle down now. He's starting to think about his work, looking a bit sharper. He's certainly looking more keyed up.
He's working much better now behind that southpaw jab of his, isn't he? Eubank recently fought a southpaw in Graziano Rocchigiani. He won that one in Germany. Yet again, there were arguments from some about the decision. I thought Eubank won it pretty well. Good jab from Storey, and a fair left hook back from Eubank. Storey, the longer this goes on, though, the less phased he looks by the occasion. He did look a bit phased, I have to say, early on, first round.
He looked very, very uptight in that first round, but he's settling down well.
Fourth round here. Sharp little punch again from Eubank. And his walkabout again, presenting the mobile target for Storey, always changing the angle. Chance of Storey now from this Welsh crowd. They're behind the challenger, but he's caught by 2 or 3 there to the head. And there's a cut underneath the right eye, I think, of Storey. Let's try to have a closer look at that. It's just a nick. It certainly won't be too much of a problem because the blood will not flow into the eye. But Storey is cut here in round 4.
Storey's still managing to land with that jab, but I think his corner want him to throw more. I feel he's waiting with Eubank too much.
Eubank has got him going a little bit here. Looked a bit off balance there for a moment, Storey. And I think he's feeling the weight of Eubank's punches all right. And it's Eubank's round. Let's go into Storey's corner.
Okay, have a spot on that. Settle down. All right, deep breath. Again.
Well, if he didn't know before it was going to be hard, he does now. Eubank got into some good punches in the last minute of that round, didn't he, Glenn?
He did. He looked under a fair bit of pressure in the last few seconds. He's looking more positive, Eubanks. He's trying to load down his shot. The left hook, but not a good one.